What's up, Honest Con fam? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of the Honest Con Foundation. And I thought it would be fun to give y'all a walk through my favorite cap collection. Now, I am a cap collector, and I realized the other day when I saw somebody else do a video like this on YouTube that I had not given y'all a video like this yet. And I often do style videos. We have what we call Honest Con Style here. So I said, yo, they deserve that. I said, I think I need to do a video about my hat collection. And because I'm such an enthusiast of fitted caps, I love fitted caps. Now, let me give y'all a little background on fitted caps in my life before I get into details on what you're looking at. But of course, I'll give y'all some close-ups, keep y'all intrigued as I break it down. So basically, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Hey, all right. You know what I'm saying? And that cap is very special. I'll explain why. But I grew up in an era where, in the 80s and 90s, we saw the beginnings of the hat craze and shoe craze and collector culture that is happening right now and has, grown to be a worldwide phenomenon. Like, the whole thing with Jordans and matching your Jordans with your hat and all that kind of thing. That wasn't always what it is now. It was always a thing. Now, it was a big part of hip hop culture. I grew up, I was born into hip hop. Okay, all my people born in the 70s, y'all feel me? I said born in the 70s. Yes, kids. Yes, kids. We talking about the realness up in here. But, I grew up in the era where they're trying to bring back a lot of the hat designs we grew up on, okay? I see it all the time. I see them literally rehashing designs that I was buying in middle school and high school. And it's interesting from a marketing standpoint to realize that they know, people will buy these things again. If they were popular once, they'll buy them again. You feel what I'm saying? But then when it comes to unique things, a lot of stuff is rare in my opinion. I think there's a lot of work that can be done. Ooh, when you put these in the light, you realize you need to clean your babies off. They got a little dusty. I need to get that out there. I don't like that. But anyway, you realize that there's a lot of work to be done. Yeah. This bright light is shining too much on the situation. I don't want this a lot. Got a little sweat ring in there. I need to clean this hat. Definitely need to clean this hat. Well, let me go ahead and start bringing it down, y'all. I didn't give y'all enough of the general background, but bottom line is, I came back to collecting fitted caps years ago, starting with this hat. I was in what was it? Either a Ross or a Marshalls, one of those discount stores that I love so much. And I saw this, and it was for only $9.99. I said, what, for a fitted? That was the beginning. You know how it goes. You get a good price on something, it's quality, and it just starts the process. You just, I always like the 5950 New Era brand, style and quality of hats, you know what I mean? So, and then I have a button over here. That did not come on the hat, of course. That's for Tor.com. It's a book company that does sci-fi books and everything. We love our sci-fi here. Thus, one of our favorite Looney Tunes. You feel me? Got the little pin on there. And shout out to whoever started bringing pins into the game with hats and people putting pins on their hats. I think it's really cool. So I started collecting those too. You know what I'm saying? Got my man, the romantic skunk. Love that character too. And you see I got them pinned in through the holes on the hat and everything. I wear 7 5/8. So if anybody wants to give me a hat and let me do an unboxing video for your company, if you do customs or you have your own hat company, we're more than happy to see what you got. And if we dig it, we're going to put you out there. So this right here is from a company, Nubia Wear, which I actually acquired this hat from just what I just said. I kept bugging them for years, and the owner finally sent me a cap, and I was so happy. I said, brother, I thank you so much. It's black owned. It's a wonderful company. They're based in Atlanta. Shout out to their store in Little 5 Points, Atlanta, 75 base. Man, I really got to clean this hat. I've never put it in this bright a light to see that I need to. It shows that I wear my hat and I love it though, because I definitely love this cap. It's one of my favorites in my collection. All of their wear is inspired by ancient Kemet, aka Egypt, if you don't know the original word for Egypt. And Nubia, Nubia was the first kingdom that led to what became Kemet. So it's a long history in Africa, and all of their work is, tied in with Egyptology, Egyptian artwork and everything. As you see the Eye of Horus here with an N going through it for Nubia, just dope. Really, this one little bar right here is what makes it the N, because the rest of it is just the Eye of Horus. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the Heru. Okay, so the Eye of Heru, the Eye of Horus. Either way, it's the same name, same energy, and I love that. You know, a lot of people don't know that all these different representations of the god, it represents the sun. You know, the falcon and all of that. It's all about the sun, y'all. It's all about the sun, and I'm big on that. I'm big on that energy. I'm a universalist. You know, I'm not religious, but I definitely love ancient history from all over the world and all different groups of people, African, Asian, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I study. I've been always into that all my whole life. So I love to see companies that celebrate this type of creative energy and ancient wisdom and art. Okay, A-R-T all day. Got the Ankh up in there. You know, it's just beautiful. His designs are always on point. I mean, I really am long overdue for getting another Nubia hat. And there was one that I wanted years ago that's yellow, because I want to expand my colors. I don't have enough variety in my collection for all that really represents all the colors I love, because I love yellow, I love orange, I love green, and I only got you. I'm gonna get to it, but you see I don't have, but what you're looking at is literally what I got right now. I got to get some more colors that I like, but you know, caps can be expensive, and you know, we only get gifted stuff ever so often. So this is one of my favorites right here. This baby here, I've made some historical moments with this hat. Last time I wore it with a whole fit was for my trip to LA in March, when I saw my homie in LA. Shout out to Diallo Riddle, my good buddy. And we went to the LA, and the rest of my boys, we all got together for a boys trip, so to speak, homies trip, all the fellas, and we went to the Lakers versus Hawks game, and unfortunately the Hawks got beat, but it was a fun game. It was a fun game. This cap is still really clean. I don't wear it a lot on purpose to keep it really nice. You know what I'm saying? I got it in Jacksonville, Florida. Actually, not Jacksonville. I was on a trip to Jacksonville, but I got it at the Lid store in, oh gosh, was it St. Augustine? So, and it was the last one on the shelf. I saw it and I went right to it. I said, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. Plus it was on sale. I forget how much, but it was on sale and it was a great price. It's got Black Panther right there etched in on the side. Love this hat, absolutely love this hat. And the thing I like to do, I don't keep the little seals on this side. I tend to take them off and put them under the underside. That's just my flavor. I don't like to keep them, because I'm always bend my caps. I don't like the flat across brim. I mean, forever, even back to the 70s and 80s. Like, we didn't do that. That started coming in the 90s and it became a trend. And I never liked it. I was like, what is that? What are y'all doing? You know, and it was just the whole concept of, you want your hat to look like it's always brand new. People used to even wear the tags on it. Some people still do that, but that part pretty much died out. But people would wear they used to have tags on your hats that would go through the loop. And they started making the tags fancy because people would keep the tag on there and they keep the sticker on there. So they made the sticker where the sticker almost don't want to come up when you peel it. And then they also would have a tag that would be sometimes, you know, start off paper, but then they started doing leather ones, or, you know, pleather and all that kind of stuff. That became a thing, but I never liked that. I never really wanted to. I mean, you know, it's whatever it is. If you like it, you like it, cool. But I never liked all that. I like bending my, you know, my bill. I like to pinch it from this side to that side. And I saw something in the video the other day that was really smart. They said, never just bend it as soon as you grab it when you first get your hat new. They say, start from the sides and pinch from, you know, I can't do it because I'm holding the camera, but my other hand would be over here, and you just pinch to the middle, and it makes the curve really nice. I said, that's a good technique. I like that. I saw somebody else say about putting it in a cup. That was a little harsh. I mean, you can only work on certain brims. Like some bills are more flexible than others, I've found. And they say that, I think for most hats, it's just like some type of cardboard up in there. And that's the other thing that I wish more companies would get away from. Like, why the hell would you put cardboard? You know how much sweat and all this other stuff? That's how you get bacteria, and that's how you end up with mold growing on your hat and all that stuff. So what I do to avoid that, here's a tip, is when I clean my hats, I use alcohol. I use rubbing alcohol. It kills pretty much any spores or mold that might start growing naturally, because, you know, sweat is going to create mold eventually. And I tend not to leave my caps in any dark places. I put them in a room where they're not in direct sunlight, because that'll fade the colors, but sunlight is filtered into the room, because sun helps kill and control mold too. As you can see, I stack them against each other, but I want to get to the point where I have them in separate hat cases, the little glass open face cases. I'm gonna get some eventually, you know, it takes investment, y'all. You got to do a whole lot of stuff when you collect stuff. But anyway, these caps here, very affordable, really cool company. I think they're in New York. Shout out to them. They make a quality hat. It's a very light material. It's polyester like any in most sports caps. But what I like is it. I can't even explain how light this hat is. It's a 75/8. You know, that's my size. But that's the company right there, KB Ethos. They make good hats, y'all. Some people might laugh if they know what this brand is and be like, oh, there's some cheap, there's some little cheap $5. Yeah, but they good caps, man. I'm telling you, they're really nice, and they make a really good looking, simple, affordable, budget fitted. I ain't got nothing against them. Now, if you're looking at this right here, wondering what that is, what team or anything, it's not anything particular. I actually found it on a discount, direct from China type site. It was just an iron-on patch that I thought looked really cool, and I like tigers, and I like samurai culture, and you can see it blends both. And I thought, hell yeah. And I have no regrets. I wear this a lot, or enough anyway. It's one of my favorite work caps, and I put a little pin on it. You know what I'm saying? You know who that is. Get over here. Scorpion. Mortal Kombat. Yeah. So, you know, with the whole Asian art theme, I thought that was a really nice connect there. So, you know, and these pins are interchangeable. You can take them out, put them on any hat you want. So sometimes I take them out, put them on other caps, but I love it. Now, this right here, that's another one I got from online as far as the patch I'm saying. And you know that's from Cyberpunk 2077. They just straight up, you know, they bootlegged it. It ain't nothing official from CD Projekt Red, but I ain't mad at it at all. I was like, I got to have it because I am a Cyberpunk head. I love the game. It's my favorite open world game of all time. As far as open world games, yeah, definitely a favorite. Only thing I regret when I was ironing this on, you might be able to see if you're looking real close, it did kind of warp the fabric a little bit around the sides because I was really trying to get it on there, like, you know, steaming the hell out of it. And you always put a cloth between it. I used an old t-shirt, you know, as a barrier between it because you don't want it to burn the material. It will, you know, get too hot. You don't want to look up in your home, you know, had it smoking and catch on fire. So, but as you can see, clean, bright, vibrant colors. Another reason I like this brand for fitteds. They make a really nice, they got good colors, brilliant colors. And it's bold and, you know, just as good as any New Era. New Eras are more thick, I would say, a little heavier and all that good stuff. But I mean, hell, I don't need the cap to be super heavy all the time on my head. Now, if they were charging the same price as a New Era, I'd be like, you must be out your mind. Like, I want the weight, you know. I think New Era is overpriced, quite frankly. I mean, if we want to get into that real quick, I think caps are getting really crazy with the economy getting, you know, people are making less money. I ain't talking to the ballers out there. I'm talking about just everyday people. We got to get out here and work every day and really go get it. They're overcharging for hats. Almost every hat nowadays is like $45, $44 normal price, like before it goes on sale. Then when it's on sale, it's like $34, $35. It's like, yo, whatever happened to the $20 cap? You got to wait till it's down to the last of them. If you're lucky, you might see your size and you get to cop it before it's all gone, which is really sad. I think that's just whack. The other thing I can't stand about hat culture now is like it's starting to change because people are starting to get, there's a trend going on where everybody's starting to do fitteds now. People starting to move, you know, everybody's trying to move over to fitteds. Everybody was about snapback. I can't stand damn snapbacks. Now, when I was growing up, that's all we had. All the caps we grew up with, there were no fitteds as I remember. It was all snapbacks. Now, fitteds existed, yes. That's one of the oldest styles of professional baseball hat. And the ones, I don't have an example to talk about it, but the ones that look like the flat top and the really round crown, like the first Pittsburgh Pirates hats, if you know what I'm talking about, that's like the first fitted caps ever. Ones that look like that, and they were wool. It was like, you know, it was them real thick, hot caps, and you out in the sun with a wool cap on, sweating your head off, I bet. But they were some real serious, durable hats. So that's where the culture of fitteds came from in my research. But as it developed and got into all these other materials like polyester, here we are. It is what it is. But I think, you know, $45 for a wool, an actual wool hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what. Yeah, wool is worth $45, but this is still polyester. It looks nice. It's clean, but I think, you know, what I'm saying, like this here, for a good example, this is a New Era cap. This Falcons joint, and this is one of my cheapest, in my opinion, in terms of its build. I hope you can see how mushy this is, right? Now I'm gonna get another New Era cap to make my point. Same company. See, I can't bend this one like that. This thing here is kind of hard, right? But the bill on this one, man, it's like, it's gummy. It's, ugh. I have always had a problem with that on this hat. And it's the same company. It just, quality varies. But they charging the same. They still gonna hit you in the head with that price, right? Anyway, this is my Falcons joint. Got the Georgia flag underlay on it or whatever. As you can see, the emblem in the light when it hits it. But that's supposed to represent the new Georgia flag. Because if it was the old one, I sure as hell would be wearing that. And do what you want with that if you on that, you know, old school mess with the Confederate flag. We ain't about that life. Ironically, I did do some research on when they redid the flag, and even that has some ties to trying to be partisan and honor that at the same time. So it's a little messy, but that's the flag right there, and that's what that represents on the underneath the Falcon. But I bought it for the Falcon, and I did like the fact that the you know, the flag was discreetly in there or whatever. I thought it was interesting. Again, this is a cap that I've worn a hell of a lot, as you can see, the sweat ring. No active mold though, because like I say, I spray my hats with alcohol on purpose. And this hat is old. This hat is at least 4 or 5 years old. So if anybody said never use alcohol, it'll kill the color, and it killed the color on my hat. Yeah, I mean, it made it shiny under the bottom here or whatever. Or I don't know what made it do that, but anyway, as you can see, the hat itself, like, I mean, it needs to be dusted a little bit, get a little sticky roll and roll some tape over it or something, get all, you know, that's what I do. I just get tape when I don't have an actual roller. Get all that off, no worries. Little tip. But yeah, this one here, like I say, the quote unquote cheaper company, but you hear that? Versus this is nothing compared to this. This is a real bill right here. This thing is sturdy as hell. This is sturdy as hell. You know, for real, for real. And that's the $5 hat. Okay. Anyway, I love this hat here. This was from one of the years. May have been the first year when my man number 8 got on the Baltimore Ravens. I think it may have been the first year for him. But you see, I got my pen here, my Star Trek pen. I put that on there for the heck of it. And you know what I'm saying? I love the team. I'm rocking with him. I want him to get that Super Bowl. He deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Number 8 is the man. And I love this hat because you got the whole Maryland flag element in purple and black, the checkered element that's on the flag. You see how they did that creatively? I love that. I've always wanted to see this happen with more hats. You know, I know they're doing a lot of the patches on other panels nowadays and stuff like that. But I mean like all over the crown versus just, you know, a patch on the side, patch on the other side, maybe your name, something on the back right here. Just, that's all typical. I'm talking about this even, I wish it went all the way around, but I love it regardless. It's just beautiful. And the sheen on it with that purple and that black is just everything. Everything. Love this hat. One of my definite favorites. Now, another thing is I customized this hat. Because I know some of y'all looking at that like, wait a minute, the Ravens logo ain't like that. That B ought to be gold like that, and then that ought to be outlined in white, and his beak is white. No. I took some markers I have. You know, I am an artist, visual artist first, before every other type of art I do. And I basically just gently tapped and soaked in the color I wanted because I wanted that purple. So I got another color purple because I knew it would look good against this purple, and I did the beak. And I managed to do it really gently. So as you can see, it did not come outside of the lines. It didn't end up bleeding or anything. Maybe, okay, wait a minute, take that back. It did bleed a little bit there. I never noticed it till I get it in the light, but it still looks great. And every time I wear it, I can see people looking like, If they like Baltimore, they get happy. If they don't like Baltimore, they be on, you know, all these little fan stuff. But they all look like, how did I miss that one? Like, I haven't seen that yet. Because, you know, what about that is different? Because from a distance, you can't see the B. But they can see the shape of it and know it's a Baltimore Ravens hat. And they be wondering, like, what is that? What is that? You know, yeah, it's been customized by the owner. Indeed. Be creative, y'all. Step outside the box. Don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do nothing with your own stuff. Just be careful about it when you do it. So that you. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all. Speaking of customs, this right here, that is the emblem from the Magicians. And to give you the story behind this one, I love this hat because it always reminds me of my friendship with the good brother, Mr. Dean Fogg himself. Yes, the man, the legend, Rick Worthy. Yes, Rick Worthy is a good friend of Honest Con, good buddy of mine in the film biz. And when I met him at Comic-Con one year when they were there promoting the next season of the show, he gave me a pass so I could go to the after party at Comic-Con where they gave out a bunch of swag, and I got this and a bunch of other cool stuff from the show. And I just love it because it's just such a unique badge. And I mean, it's an iron-on patch, and I bought the cap, and I was like, I always knew when I saw it I was gonna put it on a cap. So I iron that baby on, and I wear this a lot. It's my go-to whenever I got on anything that's black and gold or all black or whatever. It just always looks good with that. So shout out to the Magician, shout out to Rick Worthy. Yes. Or whenever I feel like I want to make some magic, God damn it. Rick, I'm gonna send this to you, man. I know you're gonna be laughing, but yeah, that's my hat to honor that connection and that continued friendship, man, for real. So the Baltimore joint, and then I got this, one of my absolute favorite hats, absolute favorite, and one of my many favorites in the collection. This hat never doesn't, it just forever looks new. Now, you see all that texture? That's what makes this cap so beautiful to me. That material they used on here, plus the Panther. I love Panthers. I'm a Panther collector of everything Panther, you know, Wakanda Forever. And before the movie even came out, I just always loved Panthers as animals. I love ferocious, strong animals. You got a really cool mascot that looks all like he's going, I just love it. Immediately, I love it. I love hexagon patterns, you know what I mean? Strongest pattern in the world, shape in the world, honeycomb, you know what I mean? Bees, all of that. And this was a series of caps that I wish I had known about when they first came out, because I've seen others, but they weren't my size, and I was so annoyed because I wanted to buy them all. They all look good. Look at this. Look at how good this looks. This hat is old as I don't know what, y'all. This hat is so old, but I keep it so clean, so fresh. I've worn it so many times. It don't, as much as I've sweated in this cap, it doesn't even have a little ring in it. Again, different levels of quality. So it's still a new era hat, but something about the way they make every other one be a little different. This cap has been worn just as much as the other ones you saw with the sweat ring. You don't see it here. And I do the whole alcohol thing on this one. Got my little button over the back, over the seal or whatever. Because I like to represent different stuff that I'm into. And I'm not as much a sports buff as I am. I mean, I'm really not at all. I'm just not that diehard fan. I just like logos. I like teams. I like individual players. And when I bought this, Cam Newton all day. That's my dude. ATL. Cam's a cool ass dude. I like Cam. I feel like I know Cam and I've never met him. You know what I'm saying? I hope one day when I do meet him, I'll be wearing this and let him know, bro, I bought this not only because it's a cool ass hat, but I thought of you. So when people come up to me and they like, keep pounding, I'll be like, yeah. And they be, man, it's a shame they didn't win that game. Like, I don't give a damn. All I know is when Cam was there, Superman did Superman things. And I forever respect that. And the color, because it's turquoise, and I freaking love turquoise. It just reminds me of Caribbean water. I love the Caribbean. Shout out to all the Caribbean nations. Y'all got some, y'all are blessed with, and it's all over the world. There's water like that. So wherever that water is, I love it. But it definitely makes me think of the Caribbean. So shout out to that. Love this hat. It's just, I wish they would make more hats out of whatever this material is, whatever makes this different from, you know, this average type. I mean, it's a cool tool, but this is exceptional. I love it. And the other thing I'm gonna say this, they're starting to do it more, but you see the seal, right? How they did It's like it never comes off. It doesn't peel up or anything. It's on there. It's the ultimate iron-on, but it's plastic and it's really detailed. I would take it off, but I don't want to. I don't care. Y'all can see enough detail without me taking it off. But I want them to do more logos like that. I see the hats every now and then where this is like that. I want to see collections. I want that to be automatic. Like they'll do one like where it's embroidered. I like this too. And there's one where it's plastic, you know, or even, you know, the hard plastic. Like I love hats like this, like my Panther joint. I love that. That's not, now when you get to this level, I mean, it's still cheap materials. It ain't none of it gonna be really worth 50 bucks. But if you just gonna make me wait for it to go on sale and spend 34 or whatever, like I don't think I spent that on this. I tell you, I bought it on sale. It was the last one. It was like probably 20 something, right at 30, I think. It's worth it. Okay, I mean, really, none of it's really worth it. I mean, to be honest with you, these damn prices, what they make off these hats. But if you gonna try and rob my pockets, you better give me a quality product. That's my biggest gripe with all that. Anyway, here we go. Jacksonville in the house, because I got family down there. Plus, I always loved the Jaguar logo. And it's just a fresh hat. You know, so you got Jacks on the side, got that turquoise type coloring, a different tone, a different hue of turquoise. You see it's very different. And I like their unique colors. I always like their colors. I like the gold, I like the turquoise and the black against it. You know, I always say, like, you know, Jacksonville coming with it this year, I think. From the last time I checked, in preseason, they're doing pretty good. But, you know, they've had their years where it was a struggle. It reminds me of what we go through in Atlanta with the Falcons. But I always say, you can say what you want about Jacksonville, you can say what you want about Atlanta. One thing about it, win or lose, we looking good. We be looking good, both of us. You feel me? Love this. Love this. One of my favorite hats. And this is one of those, you know, stretch fitted joints. It's low profile. Looks really cool. Preppy style. I like to wear it every now and then. Definitely, if I've worn this enough that it should have a sweat ring. But again, certain quality. It just be different. I'm telling you. Anyway, here we go again. Shout out to Philly, all my friends and folk who like family up in Philly. Got peeps up there, so, and I love, you know, Jalen Hurts is the man. Respect him as a quarterback. I like his energy. I like how he comes and represents on the mic and always professional and giving dignity to what it is to be a black quarterback. That's what time it is. So when they almost pulled it off that year, I was with them for the Super Bowl, and I had to go get my hat. So I went and got this that year. Went and got that for them. Repping for them like that. And it's just a clean, classic look. I mean, that eagle is, look at the layers on that embroidery. It's a really beautiful patch. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Again, I would love to see a plastic, hard version of this, because imagine how sharp that beak would be and everything when it's like in something like this. What? All right, last but not least, shout out to MJ, because that's the way. And North Carolina has always had a really cool logo, and I especially like the Tar Heel. I've always wanted a cap with the ram. I want the ram big as hell. I like them big mascot. I want the ram like bow with just his head, with his lip turned up, looking mean. I love that ram. The Tar Heel is the man. But yeah, this one here, another great material. This is Nike, and I wish they would make more hats just like this. Like just keep them going. It's like they'll come out with a really cool engineered concept and make it something that only happened once in one. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? This feels, I can't tell you how good this feels. This is flexible right here in the middle. It's flexible. And this part is flexible. But yo, I love this hat. You talking about I used to wear something out? Again, no sweat ring. The same alcohol trick. Hat looking good forever. You know what I'm saying? It don't have no problem. And it's silky on the inside. It's a hell of a hat. And it's ventilated. It's got when I tell you this is a great summer hat, you're still gonna sweat in Atlanta at 90 degrees, 100 degrees, but that's how a summer hat, spring hat should be. You know what I mean? They got winter hats now that are like corduroy. That's the way I like to say it. I know it's corduroy, but that's the way I used to say it, corduroy. And I like corduroy, you know? I'm gonna have some of that too. Matter of fact, I got plans, y'all. I got plans of getting me some new variations, some new teams, some new colors, some more historic stuff, having fun with it, but it's all about the budget, you know what I mean? If you want to see what I come up with as a creative, as an artist, and how I put it together with a fit, hey, support the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send donations, let some folk know you rocking with Honest Con, and get them to subscribe too. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace, y'all.